And this thing I tell y'all every time when I start the stream on here, StreamYard is it lags. Anywho, good day everyone. How y'all doing? Thanks for stopping by tuning in as always. All right, so once again, uh, like I said, I don't like having to currently do these type of streams as is, and just for the record, disclaimer, foes as far as schools or companies, say what you want. Like I said, I'm just speaking my experience in, you know, while around certain people or individuals and as a company. So, hello, Erica, how you doing? Um, yeah. So, again, try to get through this as much as possible. This one here in particular as well that I've been contemplating on speaking on as of the past 2.5, almost 3 years since 2021. Um, I have far as mentioned this school, uh, because this is where I took my discovery flight to then finish my aviation training, as well with them. But I didn't tell y'all specifically what really happened. That's why I didn't even title that as of this stream. But the truth about Blue Line Aviation, like as I spoke on about Alto Rideshare or Ride Alto. So again, y'all just bear with me as the Wi-Fi signal keeps going in and out. But it is what it is. Go ahead and share this fast. If y'all do or don't get notifications like y'all should. But there you go. Let's see. Date now on turn the monetization off for this, I believe so. Double check. Yeah, I would have had to do so because even though I said, F it from my last stream the other day. I mean, I've to turn it on afterwards, but it still adds suitability as of in the yellow. So yeah, I did turn it on as I thought. So like I said, once again, I don't have a right to my opinion, just like anybody else who far as makes positive and negative comments on people's videos, streams, reviews of places, what they experience. And plus, these type of places or businesses and people have been in the news, have been in the actual media. So there's no secret. There's no secret. So I'm going to start from the beginning, as what DJ Vlad says in all his interviews with the entertainment and stuff. Start from the very beginning. Blue Line has been in business or has been founded over, well, it's now 11 years, since 2012 by Mr. and Mrs. Walter, Trey, and I don't know her first name, his wife's, but Mr. and Mrs. Walter. And how I found out about them was, let's say, a year later. It was December 2013. A year later, I had applied for or had an interview with a line service technician at the local airport in town, RDU, in Raleigh, Durham, North Carolina, for a company at the time called Landmark. That used to be in business, I guess, for a long time, and then maybe a year or two or so later, went out of business, and it became currently Signature, I think. Signature with and then TAC Air at the time. I think TAC Air's still around, or is it? No. Um, yeah, Signature Flight Support is. So where are we on the hour as a clock time, not stream time wise. So let's see, Signature, Lifestyle Aviation. You know they was over here. Mm, learn something new every day. Signature and Atlantic. That's the other one, Atlantic Aviation. Ain't no more as far as I know of Landmarks and TAC Air. But anywho, so I had an interview with Landmark at the time, December 23rd, year later, after Blue Line was founded and started doing flight school operations. They were just a small school, as of a hush hush school at the time, uh, next to refresher course. Then, as of a lesson with, and took private pilot written exams twice uh, with them because they had as far as an office for the you to take it there and their at their school office. But anywho, um, yeah, they were competing with them in ATP, Airline Transfer Pilots Flight School location office there as well. Was ATP is the largest school with more low school locations throughout the nation, throughout the country. I don't know about as far as the world now, as far as the country. And Flight Jets is that's the only school location headquarters there at RDU, and they've been around since I think the late '90s or something like that. ATP's been out maybe longer than anywho. So yeah, the interview with Landmark Aviation, which I didn't get the job, but I like I said, I had the interview. It was upstairs on the second floor in one of the conference rooms or back room offices or something like that. And hmm, yeah, everything was fine. Left, came out, walked out of there, and then I see an office door or room two next door or down the hall, Blue Line. And like I said, I just saw the sign above the office door saying that, but I didn't think anything of it. I didn't go in there say nothing like that because at the time I wasn't in like student pilot mode to pursue my license because I did a video around spring of last year, around my birthday month, May, of why it took me as is over a decade to get my license to pursue a flying. So what I was trying to do then, but like I said, I just got caught in my ways and just was just doing transportation for cabs and then getting my CDL and all that. So, but yeah, I walked out the FBO office building because that was 2013. Like I said, they've been in business since 2012, a year before. So fast forward into where we getting at now. So it should be that long of a strain. Fast forward into 2019. Well, for me, 2021, but I was gonna say as far as 2018, 19-ish. Um, let's go with 2021 for me. Because I was gonna say as far as 2018, 19-ish, that's gotta do with uh Mr. Pate himself, who I just before I start changing down, just added his name in there, and I'll get to him in a bit. But 2021 for me, when I had moved back to North Carolina, that was again my goal as is to refocus on getting my pilot's license and build my hours up so I can go work for an aviation company. I had already was starting, as a finishing up or doing my ground school 2020 visions in Texas, but not deciding I was going to stay there and finish my aviation career there or training there. And I was like, no, go back to North Carolina, birthplace of it all, whatever, and do it there. And I just love it better there. So, Blue Line pops up on my radar once again, or this time right then and there. And yeah, according to videos that was posted as far as YouTube, then get into the man in question, Mr. Andy Pate Vlogs, as of his channel handle, as is. So he has been there, Blue Line, since, yes, 2018, 2019. He came over, he transferred over from ATP. He started his training there, not at Blue Line. According to his old video, he said he started there down at their Tampa location, office location or something, and said he was moving to North Carolina or back to North Carolina because he's got family out there, or he grew up in North Carolina. But if you want to know more, like I say, go to this channel. It's all there. But all I'm getting at is that as soon as he came to Blue Line, it was over for him. It was over for him. It was his new home, and he's still there to this day, um, and everything. So I mean, not much like he because it what popped up was he did comparison videos between both schools. At first saying, oh, Blue Line's a better school over ATP, and then compared the two, saying which one's better when it comes to benefits, the programs they offer, the student housing, all that stuff. So, like I said, he finished his training with Blue Line, graduated there, what, 2019, 2020, 2021-ish, by the time I had moved back to North Carolina. And then I thought, okay, then maybe he would still complete the rest of his hours, on his own to, after graduating from the program to then work for a company. Well, that wasn't the case. Said I guess he didn't have no interest in that, and that he ended up getting, far as me, offered a job to instruct. That's what he was doing then at the time, instructing here and there full time, with current. But after that, throughout that, or after that, he as is since then is a marketer or slash content creator slash marketer. And like I said, he's all over the place, not on his channel, but they got their own separate channel, the school itself, Blue Line, as the past, what, 2-3 years now. So, but anywho, so where do I fit in all of this? That's again where I'm getting at. Um, and as far as, yeah, leading up to me and him at that point or during that time. So, like I said, I 2021 moved back to North Carolina. He popped up on my radar, and he had his videos posted, and he was doing live streams here and there back then. But I had missed them. The last one he did then was April of 2021. Like I said, it was probably like May, June, around that time, or Mayish or something. My birthday month. I stumbled up his stuff, and so I did a follow up and reached out to him. I said, "Yeah, hey, I'm interested in trying to so and so." He said, "You need to contact school office, HR, so and so, whatever, to get some set, or just go to the website." Okay, cool. They're on Facebook as well. So I did all that, and we did one with the progress. And as I mentioned in my Discovery Flight video of part one, saying it costs $250, and that's still the cost in house for them to go for Discovery Flight before you even start the program or being accepted into the program. They just won't accept everybody and everyone in this case, depending on no matter what it is. But for some unknown reason, yeah, my flight advisor, who still, believe it or not, I guess still works there, that I also showed or mentioned in the video of their grand opening location when they moved airports. So, like I said, told y'all far backstory of, me getting my appointment set up for the Discovery Flight and everything by another guy in question, not my flight advisor, but the director of school for at during that time. I don't know if they probably it's probably somebody else's is. But his name is Joshua Weber at the time. He called me and said, "Yeah." I told him, I said, "Look, my aviation catalog background is extensive, extensive." So I said as much as I could within 5 minutes or less. Said, "Look, I don't need to say anymore. Just when can I join? Get started." He's like, "Well, first you gotta go through a discovery flight, so and so, or do it." Which, like I said, I didn't need to technically go do a discovery flight or nothing like that. So basically, that's what ended up happening. Like I said, paid the 250 and all of that. I filmed the whole thing again. Y'all saw part one and two. Part two was in its entirety. I didn't divide it up into parts. I didn't chop that up. It was a whole close to an hour flight there and back. It still garnished at least close to like 100 something views. So that's good enough for me. Like I said, putting the name in the title. Now, after I did my closing on it, saying, shout out to him. And this was also around the time in spring that I came across Mike Ojo's channel, Mojo Grip, which I told Andy about. Again, I'm going to get to that. And also coming across Brother Russ's channel, Russ Can Fly. So I feel like before I'm about to say what I'm going to say, I feel like 2021 was as a great year for me. That is, yeah, 19, yeah, 2020 vision sucked. Last year for me sucked. And currently, as of this year, sucked for me personally. So when I did my close video, shouting them all out, all three of them out, every flight heading back home in North Carolina, I did say, okay, I'm expecting supposed to get a call Weber the next day. Bam, I get a call the next day, or did I have to call him to check on the status of, my update not going to be approved to join the program. He says no, and I said, what? Why? And he said, oh, because you so want to film, blah, blah, blah. And my heart really, nearly, it just really sank right then and there. And I was at that time contemplating whether to put those particular videos of the discouraged flight or not. And so I ended up putting them up anyway. And then I also mentioned the last thing before me and him got off the phone and said, look, y'all still going to be having to, open up the grand opening thing at the new office location, school office location, right? He said, yeah. I said, am I more than welcome to come out there? He said, yeah, you were. So I said, okay. Because really, I wanted to hang up on him as soon as he told me, as soon as them at school as a whole rejected. Actually, something else I left out before even just mentioning that. Well, when I did my homework and research on the school itself, and ain't no rumor has it, because again, it's already out there, but they had already made or made news headlines the year before that, back in 2020, during the lockdowns of the actual outbreak and stuff with the coronavirus, whatever. But they had made news headlines at that time, all thanks to the owner and founders of the school, not the for the owners, not both of them. Mr. Walters, not Mr. Walters was held responsible of. They said he it's an old news report. It was on Fox 50, but saying he disobeyed the stay at home orders or stay at home laws during the outbreak, kept the school up and running, saying we need more pilots, as a shortage as is. Da 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 da. Like I said, I wasn't around when the country around the world because it didn't make world news. It was just local news headlines at the time. And employees or people there at the time I was working there, they were threatened to getting their jobs lost if they were to quit, stuff like that. Proof is all in the pudding. Now, on top of that, this guy Mr. Walters was a former police department. I'm just saying, you you I'm just saying, sir, you still running a successful business, obviously, but uh yeah, so that took place first. Then my situation being turned down by Mr. Weber of joining the program or being a part of the program. Then an opening of them moving location from RDU to Johnson Regional Airport, Juliet November X-ray. And I ended up coming there and documenting that on camera. And the event it didn't go it went half planned, half ass planned because of the weather. They couldn't take nobody up for a discovery flight, but free on the house by them, not charging a dime, free, just taking children up for free. But the weather wouldn't let off because it was overcast, low ceilings, things of that nature. So, yeah, while I was there, like I said, I was just documenting as far as, a tour facility. I mean, they were giving people tours, but I gave myself a tour facility upstairs, downstairs. Again, I put the videos out on it. So I'm just getting that now. Yeah, as a back to Andy that so actually originally I thought I was originally gonna meet him at the old office in Mooresville when I went for my discovery flight. That was Labor Day weekend of 2021. Well, he wasn't present because he took an extended day off vacation out in the Outer Banks, if I'm not mistaken, by watching something. He had it posted on his Instagram. So just another disclaimer to you, Andy, sir. Like I said, I'm not bashing you by no means if you're even in here tuning in because it's three. So besides, but automatically, y'all know who's exactly who I am, and I forgot chicken question who you're cool with, along with the rest of them that still work there or do staff members there or do certified fighters. Just everybody that know who y'all are, because she even spoke. She said, "Yeah, so no, I said good things about y'all. I've even shared some of y'all's stuff out here and there back then. Then I recently stopped because I felt like, I was never welcome to begin with. I really wasn't. I really wasn't. So, like I said, one, sir, I know we've also, like I said, had a conversation or two on your Instagram. We don't have each other's personal phone numbers, but you know, even like I said, try reaching out to your buddies who also were students at the time and then instructors, and they was like they didn't give a darn either. That's just my personal opinion. So all I'm saying is, yeah, I offer and extended myself to all of y'all, including you, Andy, of the doing my challenges. And 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 what did I give her? This was often when I was at their grand opening. And I had just got through, or was before that, interviewing one CFI who was a brother, like maybe a few years older than me. That was instructor there. I don't know how long he was instructing there at the time, but I was able to at least get him on camera. Again, y'all seen that video, it's still up, of him doing as far as how ABH changed his life challenge. And it was a quick 1 minute video or about like 30 something seconds that he spoke. And that was it. So yeah, just keep it short and sweet. It don't have to be long. He spent 30 seconds or less. Benny, who after I finished up with him, um, like I said, I was supposed to be Andy. I thought it was gonna be Andy Labor Day weekend, my skirt fight at the old Mooresville location, but that didn't happen. I met everybody else or half everybody else over there. Not the Walters themselves, but their offices was there. I met them though as well at the grand opening at Johnson Region. But yeah, once I got to Johnson Regional in that rental car stuff, that tiny little Chevy Spark piece of uh, death trap or whatever, then yeah, I started, seeing Andy around, but he's in his social media mode, filming stuff. Like I said, he is a content creator, the sole proprietor, spokesperson, right hand man to Mr. Walters when it comes to this, you know what I mean, A-based filming and marketing, social marketing stuff. And that's fine. That's exactly what I'm trying to become and be. Didn't say exactly it had to be, for their school since he already has that, title over there. Like I said, that's true. Like I said, this is not this is not a diss stream or anything like that towards him or the school. I'm just speaking my personal experiences, during that time. You know, like I said, it's just wanted to keep it a being, keep it, make it clear about it, call a spade, and not sugarcoat anything. Like I said, this has been over 2 years since it happened, and now I'm just bringing it to light. I figured I'd just get our chest, and go from there. So yeah, he's in there filming off and on, speaking with the staff, his colleagues, and at one moment I get some, I get to, what I mean, conversation or two with him for a few moments. I say, yeah, I'm so and so, the Michael Carter show, blah blah blah. Yeah, I was the guy who I was, that I was trying to say what you want about the joint in the program. He said, oh, cool, blah blah blah. All smiles and all that, whatever. Because that's him. He's a very adventurous, very spontaneous guy. Does all kinds of spontaneous, crazy things that any Caucasian folk just in general would do. And again, this ain't got nothing to do with race. I'm just saying that's just what white folk do in general. So back to it. That's when I offered him about as far as doing at least how Apex changed your life challenge. He said so quickly and so fast, no, and said I got other things I got to do, this, that, and the third. All I gotta say on that is that was a total bullshit lie, sir. Total bullshit lie. You played me straight up. Don't let's not go. We can go there. Let's just keep it a being. Just admit you was wrong for that. You was wrong for that. That's like me grouping you, like saying, "Oh, hey, I'm your biggest fan. Can I get your autograph?" type thing. No, it was nothing like that at all whatsoever. I was very clear with my words, what I had to say, and ask you, and you basically played me. You just turned me down like I was a sucker, like I was a punk. And like I said, I could have left the building right then and there, or better yet, I could have not never showed up. Like I said, after being turned down in the first place by Mr. Webb. So, like I said, that was just my only issue with you or with y'all. I ain't got no other issues to deal with y'all. As far as everything else that I said, as far as I mean, yeah, that was a problem too. Obviously, shame on Mr. Walters for doing that, keeping the school running while we're dealing with crisis as is. COVID's still around. It ain't going nowhere. Y'all go to their website and it probably still shows that it says, "Oh, vaccination cards aren't required. You don't need a mask." This is them. This is them as a school. So what does that tell you? What does that tell you? That you obviously wouldn't feel, you feel some type of way, you wouldn't feel safe. You feel unsafe being around it if they were to sort of have it, which they probably had. I don't know. Because they never confirmed it like publicly or something. Maybe personally amongst themselves behind the scenes privately. Say, hey, I caught it or da 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 whatever. But that's neither here nor there. I'm just speaking truth. So again, y'all can say what y'all want, saying, "Oh, I'm slandering these." Like I said, it is what it is. At the end of the day, like I said, we have a right to our opinions and we're entitled to it. So you know, you can again, you can subscribe, unsubscribe, block, report, do what you got to do. Like I said, I'm just letting it be known, letting it be clear, like what the real reason as far as what happened to me while I was there. So just retiring in the stream of the truth of my reason of being turned down by them. Maybe that'll get me more views. It doesn't matter. Their channel is over 1,000 subs right now, but it's still a small channel. Now, Achievements they have accomplished, yes. Over the years, the last few years, the students have completed the program, completing all of their certificate ratings, endorsements, and building up time. That does not mean you'll automatically get to work for an aviation company when you're done. You still need up to at least 1,500 hours. You at least build maybe two, 300 hours by the time you finish and maybe yeah, the low time companies with that many hours as they say, yeah, will get you in the door working for somebody and getting paid. But you're not working for the major players though until you reach, like I said, at least between 1,000 up to 1,500 hours. So yeah, so people graduated from there. Also, I wanted to bring up, I did say earlier, as far as not saying it being a racial issue or racist issue. I said that because I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't the only black man that was. I mean, as far as I know, the only black man that was turned down to join the program, and and be turned down as a with them then and earlier this year for the content creator position of what have you. No words saying, "Oh, that's position's been filled up, so and so." Yeah, right. Y'all just don't want me over there. It's all good, and I say that again because there's other black males besides myself that currently was or were or are and still enrolled at that school and now currently work there. One brother who went through that school as a student and graduated, or I don't know if he graduated, I know he completed some of the certificates, the ratings. He might have changed schools. I don't know. This was 2 years ago when they came but right back up on my radar. Dude with dreads, I don't know his name, but he passed one of his check rides, and I was like, salute to him. Then fast forward to another brother who completed the program with the rest of his ratings. And then now as the instructor currently working there. And he's like, in a sense, almost all over the place there with them. Why I say that is because getting back to Andy, then they had this idea of starting a podcast, which they hadn't done any more episodes lately. I don't know what's going on with that. Maybe they just got that on the hiatus for whatever technical reasons. I don't know. But he just uploaded a video yesterday on their channel. Again, in regards to degree needed at aviation companies, whatever, so and so. Well, like I said, this other brother, I can't pronounce his name, Duel, something like that. He was featured in what was the episode 2 or 3 of their podcast from earlier this year or as of last year. They started the podcast sometime around what spring of last year with a few episodes. And then other students from around the country during that time 2 years ago also came to the school because they currently since then and as is accept student applicants from all over the country, not just those who live in the state or locally or regionally throughout the state. Anybody around the country or around the world that attend the school. Now they say as far as they made as far as the top 500 is four schools and four magazines as of what this past year or something like that. And uh Andy and Mr. Walters, they had I guess their very first own or Mr. Waters has very first own little podcast or being interviewed on a podcast radio show at Oshkosh last year. And Andy was sitting right there. And again, that's his right hand man since when it comes to, this business model type stuff. That business model tradition at the end of the day, like a Def Jam, Rock Nation, you know what I mean? Yeah, business model aspect perspective, with these companies. This is basically a corporate entity at the end of the day. Run it past this person. There you go. So, it went well. Their little interview they had from last year at Oshkosh, and then yeah, Andy had did vlogging last year. They didn't do that Oshkosh this year, unless if it was behind the scenes, obviously, or something. But yeah, the other brother who is currently a CFI there, he's featured on there on their channel or on their pages here and there. But I'm saying me being turned down though because of filming, that's all they do is film. I just told you, social media content creator position. No, that's non-been voided because that's what Andy does. You know, who else that helps him doing the filming and all as far as they got a separate room up there apart from his office desk up there on the second floor, which is for staff, and the first floor for students and instructors. And then the third floor is the restaurant, Lone Soul Smokehouse. So what else could be going on? That's it. Regular office meetings or office work to content creation to the podcast dropping whenever they drop, and that's separate back room. But brother he currently is a student yet, also goes there. And then some white chick from Houston, she now this is funny, but she matches just with Eddie when it comes to being extremely silly. I came across her for her pay or Instagram or post or Andy shared out and tagged her, that he tagged her channel or tagged her handling her riding around in a RC car on the tarmac there in Johnson. This was what weeks before or as of the grand opening or something like that. Well, so apparently she wasn't present the day of the grand opening. So it's interesting how Andy wasn't present for my Discovery flight Labor Day weekend, but he was present for grand opening middle of December, and that she wasn't present during that time, or that they both weren't present as of Labor Day weekend, or maybe she was. I don't know because I didn't it, handle no notification recognition whatever didn't come up her videos or come on Instagram. She's not on YouTube. She's not into folks news. Got a little website blog thing she put up sometime last year. But anywho, she's been at the school since July 2020 vision, I want to say, on that simulator, Redbird simulator. So she been graduated from there since January last year. Once she did that, she had moved back to Houston. I think is where she's from. She was doing schooling there, and then found out about Blue Line like anybody else, saying better than ATP, or came across everybody because he came across your videos. And so it's about the comparison between two schools. And you saw we come over, and there you go. So Annie's been again the poster child of the school. Is like it's like if he probably gets paid for referrals as is, bringing people on, to come, be students there, get their license and ratings and stuff and hours built in. So, but the brother who was on the podcast was a CFI there currently, and the sister, if she's still there, I don't know. But trying to put in perspective as far as the closing that this is me personally speaking. Yes, I know there's not enough as far as Black Positive America Association organization groups as of slash flight schools or slash flying clubs or groupings, around those parts. But there needs to be. I mean, there is one particular there, but I don't remember exactly who was program privilege. But there should be, you know, like we as brothers and sisters need to stick together and start our own flight schools and clubs and programs as of the Black Pilots of America Association group and organization. Because the school here, Blue Line, first and foremost, it is predominantly white because the owners are white, and the majority is in beside the owners are white, the Walters are white, Andy is white, the chick from Houston, Captain Lamorgan or something like that, she's white, and the remainder of those students there is white. Almost everybody I've seen there is white, and that's black 1%, so 0.5%. Yeah. So, and for one, they don't even they don't even I guess they don't even believe in her as far as they don't even mention or honor. They don't honor, like I said, they don't honor as far that they don't honor Bessie Coleman. They honor, of course, Amelia Earhart, white woman in flight. Don't honor Bessie Coleman, and as far as honoring, of course, Black History Month. But I'm just my point is five of us brothers and sisters who went through or got turned down like myself going to a predominantly all white school. Just look at it as of like with basketball, NBA, it's predominantly all black players, but yet the corporate entity of the NBA is predominantly all white. So when you look at it, you're working for the white man that's paying you the millions of dollars going up and down the court. While as far as an aviation aspect of terms, you're going to school for the white people. Yeah, and I don't like this term, but yeah, yeah, throwing around coon, yeah, cooning for white people. Come on, I just gotta call it spade a spade, you know. But I didn't look at it like that. I was like, I'm trying to be focused and get this done. So when I even went to flight just and did my lesson, all white. Nobody had seen their black, but that school is different. That's a different program where you pay as you go. Blue Line is a all Monday through Friday weekly school where it's take the pay it's taken out for you financially, to pay for the whole program, loaner program, grants and loans and all that. I'm saying all financial aid. The other school I went to and did two lessons here and there from last year and could have done one earlier this year, Cape Fear. That's all predominantly white, paying as you go. But I've seen in their older photos over the years, they've had, yeah, a 0.5%, blacks there. And as far as other nationalities, same thing in Blue Line. There's a point 0.5 of other nationalities that did go to school there. But again, it's all 100% predominantly white. So there you have it on that. So, like I said, as far as Mr. Pate again is concerned, like I said, shame on you, sir. That was really uncalled for. That was rude at the end of the day. That, like I said, I last talked to you personally like over a year ago earlier about that position. And you said, it took you a while to get back to me too as well. So let's again not sit here in front that that you was busy doing this because you're posting, you're filming and posting, putting stuff up like the SpaceX aircraft, this rocket and all that. Like, okay, that's cool. Well, You know, so what? Cool. You know, you obviously see things differently than how I see things. Even when I mentioned Mike Mojo, I said, yeah, I know who he is, blah, blah, blah. But it's like you really weren't interested in nothing I had to say. Like you just basically shut me down. You like shut me out literally. So I'm just saying, I just didn't appreciate that. That's all. But like I said, I waited too long just to really get this out. But like I said, I've been contemplating back and forth for doing it. So there you go. It's out there. And again, y'all take it how y'all want to take it. Like I said, I don't care more at this point. Like I said, I ain't never was and had never been associated with y'all or nothing like that. All I did was all I did was be nice and I said just recently, I'm tired of being Mr. Nice Guy with folks, you know, whenever they do stuff like this. You know, and Erica already knows where I'm coming from with that. As we had our behind the scene conversations, but I'm tired of being patient with folks. I've been lost my patience with folks. What else more can I do? What to just go ahead and just randomly bash people and for who they really are? That's how I look at it. I mean, when you go soft to me or when you disrespect me or play me like that, I mean, that's how I look at it. You get that person the right to analyze you for who you or or who they really are. Makes sense, right? Yeah, it makes a whole lot of sense. Makes a whole lot of sense. So, like I said, he uploaded yesterday about. Like I said, that's fine. That's cool. And again, I wish them nothing but the best. The school is still growing as is. Like I said, people from all school location in Winter Haven down in Orlando. That's what far as video he posted yesterday of him in the polo shirt with their Florida logo on it. But he's based out of the home office in Johnson Regional, Smithfield, North Carolina. I'll just say, excuse me, that's their second school location, which is just a mobile trailer unit until they get like an actual school building to operate from. but they have well over, I know I'm exaggerating, but over a gajillion trainer aircraft. Because really, that's what it's like. Every month or every year, they're purchasing like over 500, over hundreds and hundreds of trainer aircraft coming from what, Canada, Diamond Aircraft. And some Piper, getting rid of old Cessnas or two. That's cool, but where else you get to put them? Like, there's no more room, on a little small airstrip, especially at Johnston. As far as compared to Winter Haven. I've never been to Winter Haven Airport, but the owners themselves, Mr. and Mr. Mr. Walters, they own a private jet, a small citation Mustang that they flew on from the general just already. But like I said, it's all good. And I personally spoke to Mr. Walters himself while there at the grand opening at Johnston 2 years ago, and I personally spoke to him over the phone. I think around sometime last year. Yeah, around this time last year. And I was really getting into the specifics of saying, yeah, why I was turned down. I said that's not right. I was treated unfairly, and yeah. But like I said, there has already been negativity in their comments as of on Google, on Google, about the school, saying, that this wasn't what they bargained for and stuff like that. Well, like I said, I'm not known to, this is not in me to, you know, I'm not built like that to be, you know what I mean? Usually behind the scenes, I would, before social media and the internet was a thing, I would say what I had to say, this word of mouth out loud to myself or to a person or to a school. Now with social media and the internet is people do what they want to do with it different. So that's it on everything. Um, yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's it. That's it. Like brother Willie D. Willie D. Live says, no more talk. But I'm just saying, I'm done. I'm done with it. That's it. That's it. I can't think of anything. That's yeah. You know, I just didn't like that being turned down like that. And there about Run DMC. Rev Run wanted to get a picture with him, autograph, and all that stuff. But you know, that was a whole different story. All right, y'all enjoy y'all's New Year's Eve, New Year's Day weekend, and going into New Year's week. From my channel to your channel, salute.